Called to be a prophet? A teaching by Dr. Tony Mathias. Do you want to know if God called you to be a prophet? Here are several signs. You have always been inclined to be and do things differently. Agabus in the New Testament tied Paul's hands with his belt, signifying what it meant. Doing things differently makes people remember you. You want to be a witness for Jesus to the world. You do it for a week, and the next week you want to give it up. Prophet Elijah longed to take down the prophets of Baal one day, and the next weep in dismay, wanting to give it all up. But God will meet you at your point of need, exhorting you not to give up like He did to Elijah. You often find yourself ministering to believers and the backslidden much more than to unbelievers. Ephesians 4 and verse 12. That is another sign. You are just straightforward with singleness of purpose, despite what people say that you are too radical in your message. But for you, black is black and white is white. There is no shade of gray. For you, hot or cold is acceptable, but not lukewarm. Either one is saved or not saved, anointed or not. Your straightforwardness is another indicator. Because of your different approach, you have been put to shame when things did not work out the way you envisioned. Nevertheless, it keeps you humble and dependent on God, reminding you of your prophetic calling and gifting. Tough times do not last. Tough people do. Tough life experiences do not get the prophet down, but shape his life calling. The enemy tries to snuff him off in and through these tough situations, but God protects him. Jesus was snatched from the clutches of Herod. You as a prophet may find yourself stuck, misunderstood, not recognized for a while, but the time will come when God will show you to the world. John the Baptist in the wilderness is a good example. Prophets are worshippers who love to sing and dance to the Lord. If that is you, that is another good indicator to the prophetic. A good example is King David. Worship that is anointed is an indication. Prophets make anointed worship leaders who release God's presence in praise and worship. Whether it is travailing like David for God's people or presenting the case of the people to God like Micah, prayer is like breathing to a prophet. Prophets love to pray and intercede. Is that you? Prophets are imaginative right from childhood. They love pictures. They love to think allegorically. They see what others do not. Deeper meanings and scenes. They love stories with meaning, like the parables of Jesus, and they use them when God shows them. They receive spontaneous revelation and may often flow in the gifts of the Spirit unknowingly. The Lord calls the prophet right from the beginning to see things from his viewpoint, like Prophet Samuel. The prophet flows in dreams and visions. So be encouraged, dear prophet. You are not alone. Your prophetic journey will go through death and burial, but one day resurrect, and you will pour significantly into the lives of others and be a blessing. So here are a few indicators, in conclusion, that reveal your inclination to the prophetic. Doing things differently, discouragement, ministering in church environment, straightforwardness, being often embarrassed, tough life experiences, being a worshipper who loves to sing and dance, intercessor, imaginative, spontaneous flow of revelation. God bless you.